There are places on this earth that call to you not with noise, but with silence, not with grandeur, but with grit, salt, and centuries. Albania is one of them. It doesn't beckon with billboards or slogans. It waits, half remembered in the folds of Europe, half wild and wholly alive. The Adriatic laps its shores like a secret waiting to be told, while the mountains stand like elders who have seen too much, but speak only when the clouds part. Here, myths don't sleep in books, they rise with a mist. A shepherd's song echoes across a valley older than language. A ruined fortress crumbles with elegance, as if knowing its decay is part of its beauty. Time doesn't hurry here. It leans on olive trees and walks barefoot on stone. And so you've arrived, not merely as a tourist, but as a listener, a witness, perhaps even someone returning, to a place your soul somehow already knows. Welcome to Albania. You'll find its spirit along quiet mountain passes, where goats move like whispers, and old women sit at the edge of lanes, threading lacework as fine as breath. You'll find it in the blue smoke with fires curling out of hidden valleys, and in the bite of wild herbs crushed beneath your boots. And if you sit still long enough in the hush of dusk, you might hear the lullaby of the land itself, half joy, half warning. There's a story here, buried in the dust of old roads, of a time during the Cold War, when Albania, isolated and steel behind its own iron curtain, constructed over 170,000 concrete bunkers across the landscape, round, stubborn, and scattered like forgotten helmets. They were meant to repel invasions that never came. Now, goats graze beside them, artists paint inside them, and lovers hide beneath them. Each one, a relic of fear transformed by time into something oddly tender. To travel through Albania is to pass through paradoxes. Muslim call to prayer echoing near Byzantine churches. Beach clubs with techno beats beside ancient aqueducts. Blood feuds whisper about in bars serving espresso martinis. Come gently. This is a place where the land remembers, where a wrong word can linger, and so can kindness, where Meredith, good day, can open more doors than any map, where roads may vanish, but the way forward always appears. In a smile, a gesture, or the sudden laughter of a stranger, let your pace match the mountains. Let the wind carry your questions. Albania doesn't give you answers. It gives you stories, and lets you walk away with your own. The road winds like a ribbon unraveling beside the sea. Here, on the southern edge of Albania, the land forgets its roughness and stretches into something softer, a shimmer of olive groves, cobalt waves, and villages stacked like prayers on hills. The light is different here. It doesn't just illuminate, it lingers. It clings to the white stones, dances on terracotta roofs, and slips between the slats of worn shutters. Where time naps in the mid-afternoon heat, fishermen mend their nets by hand. Children cannonball off jetties built before their grandparents were born. And tourists, those few who find their way here, seem to speak more quietly, as if the beauty demands reverence. But this coastline has its ghosts. During the communist era, no one could leave. To even approach the sea was to risk being shot. Now, the waves hold no such menace. But if you listen, they still whisper warnings to the rocks. Bring humility here. Ask permission with your footsteps. Swim where locals swim. Eat what they offer. And when the sun begins to set over the Ionian, don't reach for your phone. Just sit with it. Let the moment leave a salt print on your soul. It rises from the curved bay like something misplaced in time. Not just a castle, but a memory made of stone. Porto Palermo, built by Ali Pasha, the Lion of Ioannina, who ruled these lands with charm as lethal as a sword. They say he loved fortresses more than friends, and wives only when they obeyed. This one he built for defense, yes, but perhaps also to keep his ghost at bay. The walls are thick and cool. Step inside, and the silence folds around you like velvet. A shaft of light cuts through a high slit in the stone. Dust hangs motionless. You hear your own breath too clearly. From the top, the sea is a slow inhale, endless and deep. The curve of the horseshoe bay mirrors the fort itself, a geometry of control. Ali Pasha's naval ships once anchored here, but now only fishermen drift by, casting nets where cannons once pointed. Beneath the stone, old secrets settle like silt. A tunnel leads out from the castle, carved beneath rock and sea, rumored to be an escape route. No one knows if he ever used it. If you visit, speak softly. The walls remember. And when you climb to the ramparts and feel the wind, don't just admire the view. Listen to what the sea is trying to reclaim. It's still telling stories. You just have to be still enough to hear them. The water here doesn't settle on blue. It shifts size, sways through turquoise, jade, and sapphire, with a grace that feels almost unnatural. Ksamil is that kind of place, where beauty presses so close it feels surreal. 3 islets sit just offshore, like punctuation marks in an unfinished poem. Locals rent rowboats by the hour, and if you paddle slowly, you'll hear nothing but the oars kissing water, and the gulls calling overhead like old friends who never left. But even paradise carries its past. In the late 20th century, when Albania was locked tight in isolation, this coastline was dotted with watchtowers and armed guards. The sea, now kissed by sunbathers, was once a forbidden frontier. Families dared not whisper the thought of escape, and some who tried vanished beneath these waves. Today, the scent of grilled octopus wafts down the beachfront lanes. Children chase kites between bursts of Balkan pop music. A waiter smiles and offers you rakia, just a sip, strong and warm like the welcome you didn't expect. And if you linger long enough, you'll notice the pace of life melt in the heat. Here's a gentle word of guidance. Don't rush Ksamil. The sunsets are not performances. They're rituals. Eat slowly. Speak less. Swim as if the sea is listening. Because maybe it is. Maybe it remembers. And maybe if you're lucky, it will remember you. Lukova lies quiet, a shoreline that doesn't seek attention, yet holds it with a hush of worn cliffs and sunburned pebbles. The beach here is not showy, it's sincere. Pebbles smooth as old coins, water so clear. You can see your thoughts dissolve in it. There's a certain shade of green in the hills above Lukova that only appears in the early morning, before the sun turns gold, before the fishermen return. It's a color that doesn't exist in photographs. You must stand here barefoot to understand it. During the 1990s, when Albania stumbled into its freedom, many villages like Lukova emptied. Some left for Italy, Greece, America, chasing a dream with a borderless name. But a few stayed, planted olives, waited, and watched the sea remain unchanged. Today, you might find an old man selling figs from a basket. He won't say much, but if you greet him in Albanian, Pershendic, he'll smile with his eyes, as if to say, you've come the right way. There are no resorts here, only the rhythm of waves, and the grace of things left unpolished. Take a stone with you, not in your hand, but in memory. Lukova leaves its mark gently. That's how it's always been. The road to Gjipe is not a road at all. It becomes a whisper, then a path, then rock and dust. You walk the last stretch. No cars, no vendors, just the crunch of stones beneath your feet, and the distant breath of the sea calling you closer. And then, suddenly, the world opens. A beach carved between towering canyon walls, ancient and defiant. Gjipe is a secret the land still tries to keep. The beach itself feels earned. Pebbles, not sand. Waves that arrive in rhythm, not roar. Cliffs that rise like cathedral walls. Not built, but born. High above, monks once carved shelters into the canyon. Orthodox hermits who fled the noise of empires, seeking silence that could not be broken. Their prayers were carved in stone and wind, and though their voices are long gone, some say the canyon still holds echoes. Walk inland, and the canyon swallows you. Narrow walls press in, laced with fig roots, cool and damp with stories. Each step feels like entering the earth's memory. Swim here, and you'll feel the weight of cliffs watching. They do not judge. They endure. Gjipe asks for quiet respect. Bring no music. Take only time. Campers light fires here. But the best moments come without flame. Under moonlight, with salt drying on your skin, listening to a silence older than language. Gjipe doesn't welcome loudly. It simply waits. And if you arrive with stillness in your heart, it lets you stay. Lin lies where the land sighs into Lake Ohrid, a quiet peninsula curved like a closing hand, as if trying to hold on to time before it slips away. The village feels untouched by hurry. Stone paths wind between whitewashed homes. Fig trees lean over gates, and the air smells faintly of wood smoke and morning bread. Lake Ohrid mirrors the sky with a stillness so pure. It feels almost sacred. But beneath its glassy surface and this simple peninsula, layers of history rest like sediment. Just above Lin, archaeologists discovered mosaics from a Christian basilica over 1,500 years old. Geometric patterns, fish and crosses, made with care and colored stone. A forgotten prayer locked in tile. The locals speak softly of it, not out of secrecy, but reverence. Some truths aren't meant to be shouted. In Lin, the world turns slower. Fishermen still row wooden boats without motors, and laundry dries in the lake breeze, fluttering like flags of some gentle republic. If you visit, don't ask for Wi-Fi. Ask for stories. One elder, with hands shaped by nets and years, may tell you how the lake never freezes, how the fish know when storms are coming, how the past lingers in ripples, just beneath the surface. Stay a while. Swim if you must, but wade first. Let the cold kiss of the water remind you that age is not erosion. It is memory, held gently in the shallows. Lin doesn't perform. It remembers. And if you listen, so will you. Himare leans into the sea like an old story still unfolding. Stone houses climb the hillside, their shutters half open like tired eyes watching the horizon. Below, the sea glows turquoise by day, silver by night, never still, always murmuring. Once a sleepy fishing village, Himare has survived pirates, empires, and the slow ache of modernity creeping up its cliffs. It still holds its breath between the ancient and the new. A chapel bell rings at noon. A beach bar hums with soft music at dusk. And in between, olive trees stand silent, their branches heavy with peace and persistence. Not far from the modern promenade, you'll find Tirana Castle, a broken crown atop the hill. Its stones whisper in Greek and Albanian, languages woven through centuries of tension and kinship. Once a fortress, then a village, now it's mostly quiet, except for the wind and the weight of what was left behind. The people of Himare know both the land and the sea. They speak with the cadence of waves, offer you rakia without asking your name, and will tell you, if you ask gently, about the time the sea turned red during the war. Just once, and never again. Here's your guide. Walk slowly. Take the trail to the old town. Swim just before sunset, when the sea feels closest to the sky. And eat where the locals eat, under vines, with laughter echoing off stone. Himare is not loud, but it is alive, and it remembers the traveler who comes with quiet wonder. Cape of Rodon juts in the Adriatic like an ancient finger pointing toward the horizon, bold, solitary, and endlessly patient. The wind here is a restless storyteller, carrying salt and secrets across rocky shores and wild time-scented hills. At its tip stand the ruins of Lukova Castle, built by the fearless Skanderbeg, Albania's national hero. Once a refuge against invading forces, the stones now crumble quietly, worn by centuries of waves and whispers. This fortress was more than stone and mortar. It was a promise of resistance, hope carved into the rugged coastline. The land here is stark but tender. Wildflowers press against crumbling walls, and seabirds wheel above, their cries sharp against the endless blue. Walk the narrow paths, and you might find a small chapel nearly swallowed by grass, where villagers still come to light candles in the fading light. There is a story few tell aloud of the old fishermen who once prayed for safe passage, offering to see their catches thanks and protection. Their tradition lives on, though the world beyond has changed. If you visit, bring respect and a slow pace. The Cape demands you listen to the crash of waves, the sigh of wind, and the quiet pulse of history beneath your feet. Let yourself be carried by the moment, and know that some places don't just wait for you, they hold you. Beneath the modern city streets of Durres lies a secret carved in stone, the ancient amphitheatre, once a stage for gladiators, whispers of crowds long vanished. Its crumbling arches and sunken arena hold stories of Roman power and spectacle, but also of silence and dust. Imagine the roar of thousands, their shadows cast by torchlight, now replaced by the soft footsteps of visitors tracing history's fragile footprints. Legend says that beneath the stones, tunnels ran deep, where prisoners awaited their fate, and where secrets of empire were kept. As you walk the ruins, feel the weight of time settle around you. Respect the stories carved here, both celebrated and sorrowful. Pause in the cool shade, listen closely, and hear the past breathe beneath your feet, reminding you that every ruin holds a living memory. Porto Novo Beach stretches quietly along the Ionian, a slender ribbon of sand kissed by gentle waves. Few visitors come here, leaving the shore wild and unspoiled. The scent of pine drifts on the breeze, and fishermen's boats rock softly in the shallows. Walk barefoot, breathe deep, and let the sea's calm pulse wash away the noise of the world. Berat is a living painting. White houses stacked like clouds along the hills, their windows framed in black, eyes watching centuries unfold. Known as a city of 1,000 windows, it hums with a quiet grace, where mosques and churches stand side by side, whispering tales of coexistence. Stroll its cobbled streets. Feel the worn stones beneath your feet, and listen for the echoes of Ottoman caravans and whispered secrets in cafe corners. Here, history is not a story told. It is breathed, lived, and folded gently into every sunrise over the Osum River. Berat Castle rises like a crown above the city, a fortress of stone and shadow where history breathes through every crack. Within its walls, life continues much as it has for centuries. Whitewashed homes, winding alleys, and churches nestled beside mosques, all framed by the rugged hills. The castle stones have felt the footsteps of Illyrians, Romans, Byzantines, and Ottomans, each leaving their mark like layers in a living manuscript. In one hidden church, a fresco of St. Mary gazes with ancient kindness, a reminder of faith that has weathered time and turmoil. Less known is the story of the secret tunnel, said to run beneath the castle, linking it to the river below, a silent artery of escape and survival during times of siege. Whether legend or truth, it speaks to the resilience woven into Berat's soul. Climb slowly, listen closely, and feel the pulse of centuries beneath your feet. Berat Castle does not shout. It holds its stories quietly, waiting for travelers who come with reverence and wonder. The Lagura Pass is where earth and sky meet in a breathless dance. Winding roads cut through pine forests, clinging to cliffs that drop sharply to the sea below. Mist often gathers here like a veil, softening edges and turning every turn into a quiet revelation. This mountain pass was once part of a vital route, where traders and shepherds journeyed, and where whispers of ancient battles still linger between the trees. Local legend speaks of a guardian spirit, a figure in white who appears in the fog to guide lost travelers to safety. If you drive the pass, pause often, breathe in the scent of pine and salt. Let the vastness stretch inside you. The road may be narrow, but the freedom here feels infinite. A reminder that sometimes the most meaningful journeys happen between two horizons. Butrint is a dream woven in stone and shadow, where ancient ruins rise like ghosts from the wetlands. Once a vibrant Greek colony, then a Roman city, Byzantine stronghold, and Venetian outpost, its layers of history are etched into every cracked column and moss-covered wall. Walking its paths, you can almost hear the footsteps of traders, priests, and soldiers, a chorus from centuries past blending with the calls of birds and the soft rush of the nearby river. Few know the tale of the lion mosaic hidden beneath the basilica's floor, a symbol of power and protection that survived invasions and time's slow decay. Here, nature and history entwine. Reeds sway beside crumbled arches, and the land holds its secrets in the quiet spaces between stones. Visit with patience, and let Butrint's whispers unfold gently within you. Along the shores of Vlora, salt fields stretch like a delicate mosaic, where water, sun, and patience work in harmony. For centuries, local families have harvested salt here by hand, skimming crystals that gleam like tiny stars under the Albanian sun. The rhythmic sound of wooden rakes stirring shallow pools is a quiet song, a ritual unchanged despite the rush of the world beyond. Visit softly, and you may glimpse the art stillness, a craft where nature's slow breath becomes treasure. The Valley of Theth unfolds like a secret carved by time itself. Steep peaks guard ancient stone villages where the past lingers in every narrow lane. Wildflowers carpet meadows, and rivers sing through the craggy landscape. Here, life is measured in seasons, and old customs breathe with each sunrise. A forgotten tradition tells of the canon, an ancient code that shaped justice and loyalty. Its echoes still felt in the way neighbors honor promises and blood ties. Travel gently. Respect the silence of mountains, the wisdom of elders, and the wildness that endures. In Theth, the land doesn't just hold history. It holds a heartbeat to those who still call a home. Valbona Valley is a hymn to wilderness, a place where mountains rise like silent sentinels, guarding the purest shades of green and blue you can imagine. The river runs clear and cold, threading through alpine meadows dotted with wildflowers and ancient pine trees. Mist often drifts in early morning, softening the sharp edges of crags and whispering old stories to anyone who listens. This valley was once a refuge for villagers escaping blood feuds, hidden in its folds from conflict and time. They lived in stone houses with wooden balconies, their lives shaped by the rhythm of nature. Winters heavy with snow, summers bursting with light and growth. Hiking here feels like stepping into a living painting, where each breath fills you with the earth's pulse. The people of Valbona keep traditions alive, offering warm hospitality and homemade raki, the spirit of the valley itself. Respect the fragile beauty here. Walk softly on the trails. Speak quietly in the woods. Valbona doesn't just welcome travelers. It invites them to become part of its story, if only for a moment, carried on the wind and water that never forget. Gruna's waterfall is a quiet secret tucked deep within Albania's rugged landscape, where water tumbles over ancient rocks, carving time into every curve and crevice. The air here is cool and heavy with mist, scented faintly with pine and earth, as the cascade sings its steady song. Few visitors find their way to Gruna's, and those who do often speak of a strange calm, a feeling as if the waterfall is a guardian of something older than memory. Legend tells of spirits dwelling in the pools below, watching over the valley. Stand close and feel the spray kiss your skin, a gentle reminder that even in wild places, there is softness. If you visit, tread lightly, leave no trace, and listen. The waterfall story is whispered in droplets, an invitation to pause and breathe with the land itself. The Rugova Mountains rise like ancient sentinels along Kosovo's border, Their jagged peaks slicing the sky with rugged grace. These mountains are more than stone and snow. They're the breath of a people who have lived, loved, and struggled within their folds for centuries. Mist rolls through deep valleys where shepherds still guide their flocks, and the scent of pine mingles with the faint smoke of wood fires. Narrow trails wind through cliffs and forests, inviting travelers to lose themselves in silence and wildness. Local legend speaks of the Decagyan Canon, an ancient code of honor that shaped life here. A fierce balance between justice and loyalty, often whispered beneath the stars around campfires. The Rugova Mountains hold stories of resistance and resilience, of lives tethered to the land's harsh beauty. Walking here is a quiet conversation with the earth, one that asks you to listen more than speak, to respect the mountain's enduring spirit. Take your time. Let the cold air fill your lungs. The Rugova Mountains do not rush. Neither should you. Rugova Lake rests quietly, a glass mirror nestled in the heart of the mountains, reflecting the sky's moods and the towering peaks that cradle it. Its waters, cool and still, hold the stories of generations who have found solace here. Fishermen casting lines with patience, children skipping stones, lovers whispering promises by its shore. Few know that beneath its placid surface lies a reservoir born of human hands, a testament to the delicate balance between nature and necessity. Yet the lake feels timeless, as if it has always been part of the rugged landscape, offering calm amidst the wild. Visit at dawn, when mist clings to the water like a secret, and the world feels paused. Listen to the quiet splash of fish breaking the surface, and let the lake's gentle presence seep into your soul. Rugova Lake is an invitation to stillness, to watch, to wait, and to simply be. Perched high on a rocky hill, the castle of Kruja watches over the valley like a silent guardian. Its weathered stone walls have stood through centuries of conquest, rebellion, and hope. This was the stronghold of Skanderbeg, Albania's legendary hero, who fought fiercely against the Ottoman tide, and whose spirit still lingers in every crumbling tower. Inside the fortress, narrow cobbled streets wind past small shops where artisans craft additional wares, and museum holds relics whispering of battles and bravery. Few know the castle's secret, a hidden cistern carved beneath its foundations, designed to hold water during sieges, sustaining its defenders when all seemed lost. Walk slowly, feel the stones beneath your fingers, and imagine the clatter of armor and the quiet prayers of those who stood here before you. Kruja does not shout its history. It invites you to lean in, listen, and carry its stories quietly with you. So Tyra's waterfall cascades softly through a forested glen, its waters weaving a silver thread among mossy rocks and ancient trees. The air is cool and thick with the scent of earth and pine, where sunlight filters through leaves like scattered jewels. Few travelers reach this hidden gem, making its quiet roar feel like a whispered secret. Locals say the waterfall is named after a woman who once lived nearby, known for healing and kindness, a guardian spirit watching over the land. Stand beneath its gentle spray, and you might feel her presence in the mist. Approach with respect. Leave only your footprints. So Tyra's waterfall offers not just water, but a moment of grace, a reminder that nature's soft power can hold the deepest strength. Shkodër breathes history with every step. A city where rivers meet, cultures blend, and stories intertwine like the weaving in its famed carpets. The streets pulse softly with life, where minarets rise beside churches, and the call to prayer mingles with market chatter. Beneath its surface lies a tale rarely told. During Ottoman rule, Shkodër became a refuge for artists and scholars who quietly preserved Albanian identity through music and poetry. Their voices, once whispered, still echo in the city's rhythm. Walk slowly through the old bazaar. Let your eyes linger on carved wooden doors and faded frescoes. Learn the soft art of listening here, where every corner holds a story, and every story holds a heartbeat. Shkodër is a quiet symphony, best heard with an open heart and patient soul. Rozafa Castle stands proud atop its hill, gazing over Shkodër and the confluence of three rivers below. The fortress is a stone sentinel, steeped in legend and the weight of centuries. Its walls are thick with history, but also with a story whispered across generations. The tale of the sacrifice made in love and endurance. Legend tells of Rozafa, a woman chosen to be immured alive within the castle walls to ensure its strength and protection. Bound in stone, her left breast was left uncovered so she could nurse her infant son, a haunting symbol of love and sacrifice that still lingers in the local consciousness. This story is not just myth. It is a living pulse in the village, a reminder of the cost of security and the power of human spirit. Walking the ramparts, you feel the wind sweep past like a soft lament, carrying whispers of battles, sieges, and celebrations. From here, the panorama stretches endlessly, rivers weaving silver threads, the Albanian Alps standing distant and majestic. Rozafa Castle holds not just stones, but souls. It invites you to remember the delicate balance between strength and vulnerability. To stand here is to witness history, legend, and the quiet resilience of a people who live with both in their hearts. Respect the silence and let the weight of the story settle within you. Some walls hold more than stone. They hold memory. Gjiroka is a village folded gently along the shores of Lake Shkodër, where narrow lanes wind between stone houses and flowering gardens spill their colors into the quiet streets. The air carries the scent of fresh water and wild herbs, mingling with the soft murmur of fishermen preparing their boats. This village holds the rhythm of simpler times. Fishermen songs rise with the dawn, children playing barefoot on cobblestones, elders sharing stories beneath ancient plane trees. Gjiroka's church bells ring out, marking the passage of days touched by faith and tradition. Few know that Gjiroka was once a center of resistance during the Ottoman era, where locals hid weapons in caves and sent messages through secret paths. The courage of those quiet acts lingers here still, beneath the peaceful surface. When you arrive, leave behind haste. Walk slowly, breathe deeply. Sit by the lake as the sun dips low, and let the village's calm pulse settle into your bones. Gjiroka doesn't demand attention. It offers refuge, a place to be still and remember the beauty of quiet strength. Messy Bridge arches gracefully over the Kir River, a centuries-old testament to craftsmanship and endurance, built by Ottoman hands. Its 17 stone spans ripple across the water like frozen waves. Walk slowly across. Feel the worn stones beneath your feet, and imagine the countless footsteps that have crossed here, merchants, travelers, and dreamers alike, each carrying stories as timeless as the river flowing beneath. Gjirokaster's cobble streets wind like a slow river through a town of stone, where Ottoman-era houses lean against hillsides like weathered books. Slate roofs glisten under the sun, and wooden balconies hold shadows of stories whispered for centuries. This old town carries a quiet dignity, shaped by generations who lived between mountain and memory. Wander slowly, listen closely. The cracked walls hum with echoes of poets, warriors, and artisans who shaped this place. In Gjirokaster, history isn't just preserved. It breathes softly in the wind and waits for those willing to pause and truly see. The castle of Gjirokaster stands watch over the town like a steadfast guardian, its stone walls weathered but unyielding. Within these ramparts, history breathes through ancient prisons and courtyards where flags once flew defiantly. The castle's heart holds a hidden chapel, its frescoes faded but filled with quiet reverence. Visitors here feel the weight of resilience. The fortress both protector and witness to centuries of conflict and survival. Stand atop its battlements. Let the breeze carry stories of the past. And know this castle does not just guard the town. It carries its spirit. Syrii Cyclopit, or Eye of the Cyclops, is a natural spring carved by time into a hidden cavern near the village of Permet. Its waters surge from deep underground, swirling in shades of blue and emerald that seem almost otherworldly. Locals tell stories of ancient giants and forgotten gods dwelling beneath the surface. Visit quietly, and you may glimpse the sacred pulse of the earth itself. A reminder that some places hold mystery in their very breath, waiting for those who come with reverence and wonder. Syrii Kalter, the Blue Eye, is a shimmering spring deep in the heart of Albania. where water gushes forth from the earth like a living jewel. Its depths swirl in mesmerizing shades of sapphire and turquoise, so clear and pure that the world above seems to pause and hold its breath. The spring is fed by underground rivers running through limestone caverns, an ancient, hidden network that carries whispers from mountain peaks to valleys below. Locals speak softly of the blue eye's healing powers, claiming its waters can soothe wounds and calm restless spirits. But Syriac culture is more than folklore. It's a pulse of the earth itself, a place where time slows and nature's raw beauty reveals itself without pretense. Approach with humility. The path is steep, and the air cool and fresh with the scent of pine and wildflowers. Here, silence is sacred, broken only by the steady flow of water and the occasional call of birds. Let the blue eye's clarity wash over you, a quiet reminder that beneath the surface lies a world of wonder waiting to be seen, if only you choose to look. Osum Canyon cuts deep into the Albanian earth, a rugged masterpiece sculpted by water and time. Its towering limestone walls rise like ancient sentinels, carved with swirling patterns and jagged edges that catch the sunlight and shadow in a wild dance. The canyon's narrow passageways open to hidden pools, where the Osum River whispers stories to those who listen. This place holds more than breathtaking views. During spring, the canyon bursts with white water, drawing daring kayakers and adventurers who feel the thrill of nature's raw power. But Osum's true magic lies in its quieter moments. The soft rustle of leaves, the distant call of eagles, and the scent of wild herbs carried on the breeze. Local legend speaks of lovers who met in the canyon's depths, their secret trysts hidden beneath the arches and caves. Some say their spirits linger, blessing those who travel here with courage and hope. If you come, tread gently. Respect the canyon's wild heart. Let its silence teach you patience, and its grandeur remind you that even the deepest cuts in the earth can be places of beauty and peace. Gjirokaster is a hidden jewel tucked away in Albania's rugged landscape, where water cascades with quiet grace over mossy rocks into emerald pools below. The waterfall's melody is gentle but persistent, a soothing hymn that fills the air with mist and coolness. The path here weaves through dense forests, alive with the whispers of leaves and the occasional call of a distant bird. Few travelers venture this far, making the place feel like a well-kept secret between nature and those who seek solace. Local tales speak of ancient spirits dwelling in these waters, guardians of the land who bless those who approach with respect and humility. The waterfall spray carries a soft promise of renewal and calm, a rare balm in a fast-moving world. If you visit, take your time. Feel the mist on your skin, breathe the scent of pine and earth, and let the sound of falling water wash away the noise from your mind. Gjirokaster is not just a place to see, it's a place to feel. Lezhe Castle rises steadily above the town, a silent witness to centuries of battles, alliances, and hope. Within its weathered walls lies the tomb of Skanderbeg, Albania's national hero, whose spirit still guards these stones. The castle offers quiet views over the plains where history unfolded in the clash of swords and dreams of freedom. Walk its ramparts slowly, breathe in the breeze carrying whispers of valor, and remember that this fortress was more than defense. It was a symbol of enduring resilience, a place where the past and present quietly meet. Perched atop a hill overlooking lush valleys and olive groves, Petrela Castle is a quiet sentinel of stone and shadow. Built centuries ago to guard the approaches to Tirana, its thick walls have witnessed both war and peace, standing firm against the passage of time. Inside, the air carries the scent of earth and history, and you can almost hear the murmur of ancient guards keeping vigil. The castle's rounded towers offer sweeping views of the Albanian countryside, hills rolling gently into the distance, dotted with small villages that seem untouched by modern haste. Visit with a respectful heart, walk slowly along the battlements, and let the quiet strength of Petrela remind you that some places hold their stories in silence, waiting for those who truly listen. Vjosa wild river flows untamed through Albania's rugged heart, a rare and precious artery of life untouched by dams or walls. Its waters race over rocks, carve canyons, and nurture a wilderness alive with birdsong, wildflowers, and ancient forests. Standing on its banks, you feel the raw pulse of the earth, a force both fierce and fragile. The river has long been sacred to local communities, who respect its power and bounty, fishing sustainably and telling stories of spirits that guard its course. Conservation efforts now strive to protect this wildness, a reminder that not all nature can or should be tamed. If you visit, tread lightly. Listen to the river's voice, wild, free, and resolute. Let Vjosa's flow remind you that freedom is a current we must all strive to preserve. Komani Lake stretches like a ribbon of glass through Albania's rugged mountains, carved by the hand of man, yet shaped by nature's quiet persistence. The ferry glides silently along its emerald waters, flanked by steep cliffs and forests that seem untouched by time. Here, the journey is as much about the soul as the destination, a moving meditation on wild beauty and stillness. Tirana pulses with a vibrant energy, a city where past and present collide in colorful streets and lively squares. Walls painted in bold murals tell stories of resilience and hope, while cafes spill laughter and conversation into warm sunlight. Beneath the modern buzz, the scent of freshly baked bread and strong coffee lingers like a gentle invitation. Wander through Skanderbeg Square, where history and everyday life meet, and feel the city's heartbeat, restless, welcoming, and endlessly alive. In Tirana, every corner holds a story waiting to be discovered by a traveler who listens with an open heart. Gjirokaster Mountain rises quietly above Tirana, a green refuge where the city's hum fades into birdsong and rustling leaves. The cable car climbs slowly, revealing sweeping panoramas of rooftops melting into valleys and distant hills folded in morning mist. At the summit, pine forests stretch endlessly, fragrant and cool. Locals come here breathe, hike, and picnic beneath skies that feel closer, where time stretches gentle and wide. During Ottoman times, Gjirokaster served as a strategic lookout, watching over the capital below. Today, it offers a different kind of watchfulness, a space for reflection and renewal. If you visit, take a slow walk along shaded trails, savor the scent of wildflowers, and pause often to drink in the view. Let Gjirokaster's quiet strength remind you that even amid bustle, there is always a place to find peace. Lake Bovilla is a serene reservoir nestled just outside Tirana, its calm waters reflecting the surrounding hills and whispering pines. It serves as a vital source of fresh water for the city, a reminder of nature's quiet generosity. Walking along its shores, you'll find peaceful spots where the only sounds are birdsong and gentle waves. Visit with a mindful heart, and let the stillness of Lake Bovilla offer a moment of calm amid the city's rush. Livadhi Beach is a hidden gem along Albania's Ionian coast, where soft sands meet crystal clear waters that sparkle under the Mediterranean sun. The gentle rhythm of waves and the scent of salt air create a peaceful escape from the world. Locals cherish this quiet shore for its natural beauty and calm, inviting visitors to slow down, breathe deeply, and let the sea's soothing embrace wash away the noise of everyday life. The Ali Pasha Aqueduct stands as a silent bridge between past and present, its arches stretching over a quiet valley near Vlora. Built centuries ago to carry water, its stones still hold the echoes of skilled hands and flowing life. Walk beneath its shadow and feel the pulse of history carried on the gentle breeze. Ali Pasha Bridge arches gracefully over a quiet stream, a testament to Ottoman-era engineering and enduring beauty. Surrounded by nature's calm, its stone spans invite reflection on time's gentle passage and the stories carried by every weathered stone. The fortress of Bastov rises quietly near the Adriatic, its medieval walls weathered by wind and sea spray. Standing within, you can almost hear the echoes of ancient guards watching over trade routes and the silent pulse of history beneath your feet. Saran rests along the Ionian coast like a vibrant jewel kissed by sunlight and sea breeze. Its harbor hums softly with boats and laughter, while cafes spill warmth onto cobblestone streets shaded by olive trees. The city's pulse is a blend of old and new, ancient ruins whispering nearby, and modern life blooming in colorful markets and lively squares. Locals greet you with genuine smiles and stories of legends that dance between history and myth. Here, the Adriatic sparkles with promise, inviting travelers to linger, explore, and become part of its timeless rhythm. Our journey through Albania's heartlands and hidden gems has come to a gentle pause. Carry these stories with you, like quiet footprints on the soul, until we meet again, traveler, friend, and witness.